Highway bill waits for the ink to dry. Insiders mull over the 2016 outlook and innovation and what it means. That and more on Construction News Tracker, presented by Caterpillar. The House voted 359 to 65 to pass the first long-term infrastructure funding bill in 10 years. In a precedent-setting compromise, both houses came together to craft the $305 billion measure, which the Senate also approved. It provides $205 billion for highways and $48 billion for transportation such as rail. The stumbling block came in finding the revenue to cover the spending, continuing to use the federal gas tax and $70 billion in offsets with money taken from other federal funds.
We've had a slew of short-term extensions. These extensions have starved the system and in fact have paralyzed it. We aren't tapping the flywheel here, so to speak. We're kind of starting from scratch again. The system needs a powerful injection to get going again. And I know, having been an elected official in the past, how hard it is to increase investment levels for anything, not just transportation. But as you all know, and as we all know, transportation is not an extravagance. It's an investment.
DOT Transportation Secretary Anthony Foxx. Construction industry officials appear elated at the result as work begins to pinpoint the major projects in dire need of attention, amid the first significant spending for highways in a decade, with funding assured through 2019. What happens next for the construction industry? CMD assembled 3 leading economists to extract their thoughts about the U.S. economy as we head into a new year. Kermit Baker of the American Institute of Architects, Alex Karisk of CMD, and Ken Simonson of AGC nearly are all in concert saying we're better now than we were a year ago. Jobless claims are lower, though skilled workers remain desperately needed. Construction spending is up and the GDP appears healthier. If any area of construction appears unsteady, it's housing, where the Architecture Billing Index is volatile and not growing as fast as other sectors. And what are some of the largest players planning? Skanska, one of the world's largest firms, has had enough positive cash flow that it's being plowed back into U.S. property development, despite a large write-down this year, mainly because of design changes to huge projects and productivity problems. Similarly, Bechtel Group is upbeat over 2016, the company among those pushing for public-private partnerships to expand infrastructure spending, along with creation of an infrastructure investment bank without any government involvement. Innovation is a key benchmark for corporations if they have any desire for future growth, and among these is Caterpillar. Machine design and capability is a prerequisite, thus new benefits are constantly being applied. For the buyer, it's cost benefit and how a single application such as Grade Assist works for the company and the buyer. Here is CAT's Brian Stelbrink.
This new assist technology, it provides semi-automation for the bucket and boom function on this machine. So it's built upon the success of our CAT grade control system, which is an indicate guidance system for the operator. We now offer this assist functionality built on top of that, so that will automate bucket and boom functions, allowing operator to preset the grade they'd like to dig to, and as that bucket approaches that grade and locks onto grade, they can simply use the stick function and it will automatically adjust the boom and bucket function on the machine, allowing customers to get faster to grade, dig more accurately, prevent overdig.
It's just the tip of the iceberg when applied to market forces. Consider for a moment some major companies that have failed to keep pace: Eastman Kodak, Hewlett-Packard, and others. As CAT CEO Doug Oberhelman explains, industry leaders just cannot let others set the pace.
We see billion-dollar businesses created every day in Silicon Valley and elsewhere around data, around disruption, around things that many people don't think of. When I run into those people, which I do from time to time, I remind them they can't invent and can't innovate around iron like we can. And they remind me we probably can't innovate and disrupt around data like they can.
That's right.
So the idea here is to put some of this together and get the best of both worlds. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be different, but if we don't do it, somebody else will do it to us. And I'd like to think we can lead ourselves out of that and into really deep disruptive innovation in our own way.
In closing, why is Christmas just like a day at the office? You do all the work and the fat guy with the suit gets all the credit. This is Construction News Tracker, brought to you by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. We're on social media, Facebook at /4constructionpros and at Twitter using hashtag Construction News. With this final report of 2015, we extend best holiday greetings to everyone and look forward to a new year as the streaming web never ends.